What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video on Solana, of course. Had to do a little bit of an update because in the end we got the breakout, all right? And I'm not going to fool you and say like that this is all Solana, that Solana is very strong, even though I do think that's partially the case. Like if you look at some coins right now, earlier this morning it was actually Jupiter and Jito that were performing very, very well. That's Solana ecosystem, right? So the Solana ecosystem on its own is actually quite strong. But Solana, as expected, because if you watched my last video, and you can just check this out if you want to, of course, it's all there. I never delete videos. What we said is that, all right, well, purely technically, while we're forming some sort of a short-term bullish structure, which is what we said yesterday, after having hit the bottom of the range right here, it's most likely that we will get back up to 155 and 160, which is the top of the range. As you can see, and I've repeated this countless times, but as you can see, the main technical structure that Solana has is a consolidation between 160 and 120. All right, so that's what we said yesterday. In the end, like I said, I was right, but I do think it's mainly because of the momentum from Bitcoin. And that was also one of the reasons why I said this was most likely. But if you look at Solana specifically right here, and I think that's much more important, Solana specifically is just still consolidating, all right? It's not that Solana on its own is super strong. I do think that we're in an uptrend against Bitcoin. So that's ultimately good, right? Because that increases the chances that we'll be able to break out above 162 and, 162, 160, kind of the top of this this upper range bound. So yeah, that's basically kind of the context of what's going on. Now let's talk about what's most likely, because all right, well, we have not technically reached the price target, but it seems very likely that we will. The market right now is quite bullish, right? There's a lot you can try to say against that, but I think it will be hard to make a bearish case argument on the short term, because on the short term we're gaining a ton of momentum right here, and it's very positive. And we've been doing that since practically yesterday. So we have momentum, we got the breakout. Now, the big question is all right, well, then again, we are still in a consolidation. So sure, we have momentum and we have a bullish market structure on the short term, but on the long term, it's not bullish yet, all right? On the long term, we're just moving up to the top of the range. And then from there, we'll find resistance and drop back down to the bottom of the range. That would be the price structure, all right? If you think that the price structure will hold, that would be most likely. Now, do I think that will hold? Honestly, I'm not sure. All right, what I think in terms of price action here is I do expect us to rally up higher. I do expect resistance initially from 160, 158 as well. But then whether after that resistance we will rally up higher towards 170, 175, and really get bullish, right? Because then the market structure turns bullish. Whether that will happen or that we will find resistance there, pull back, consolidate a bit, and drop down, like this is a hard question because it just very much depends on two things. And that's first of all the reaction that Solana has to that level. Like if we hit that level and we lose a ton of momentum, then the chances of breaking above that level become significantly smaller, right? While if we hit that and we retain the momentum, then it's much more likely that we'll actually do something like this. And then apart from that, it's also dependent on Bitcoin, right? If Bitcoin pushes higher here and will stay very, very bullish, then the chances of Solana breaking above this level will become much higher as well. So now, as I always say, if there is a solid market structure, which I do think is the case right now, there's a solid a consolidation, always assume that will hold. So for now, I'm going to have to tell you that I do think we'll rally up higher, but I don't expect a bullish breakout. For that, the circumstances would need to get more bullish, I would say. So this is what I think is most likely. I do think we can consolidate up there a bit, but then afterwards I do expect a pullback down towards 130, 125, and 120. But this is to be determined, all right? Because like I said, it depends very much on what happens after hitting that level. But I'll keep you updated on that, so keep your eyes out for that. For now, that's all you need to know. So thank you for watching, take care, and bye.